The site is state heritage listed, and actually Landcom initiated that listing. We worked very closely with the State Heritage Office to make sure that the right buildings were attained and how they would be conserved and restored and how you could reuse them. I guess the challenge is getting the balance between places maintaining their past and having a future, and I think that balance has been done really well on this site.
The master plan design process treasured what was there and built on it. There was a very close synergy between the urban design consultants and the heritage consultants, the two working in tandem.
We wanted to see this site conserved in a way that the stories could still be told, so that the site itself would actually be able to tell those stories.
It is a very significant Aboriginal coastal landscape position. There's a lot of known, documented Aboriginal heritage sites which are statutory listed and have protection under the various legislation. And the most important aspect from my perspective of the project was the way the Aboriginal community consultation and the objective to preserve and protect and look after their heritage sites and the stories that go with it.
The site's European history really starts out because of its isolation. So being as far away from the city as you could possibly get, it was established as the first quarantine hospital as a result of a smallpox outbreak in the 1880s. But then it developed into a general hospital as well, and then eventually a teaching hospital. And in the 1920s, it was actually the largest hospital in New South Wales. You can see pretty much almost 100 years worth of healthcare design in buildings on this site. The nurses of Prince Henry are very passionate about the site. The chapel was something that the nurses paid for themselves, which I think is another sign of the commitment to the healthcare, but also to the mental well-being of the patients that were here. One of the ways that I think we've been able to help maintain that legacy is through support of the Prince Henry Hospital Trained Nurses Association Museum, which is in Flowers Ward. It's been an amazing opportunity, I think, to put in displays and interpretation of the site and its history in the context which the nurses are very proud to display, and it's well worth a visit.
The project is very special in a way that the consultant group felt very strongly that the master plan should really take what was really significant and fill the gaps in.
I think what Landcom achieved here in terms of heritage and adaptive reuse has created a new benchmark for the way Landcom deals with heritage for all our projects, and in fact demonstrated to the industry best practice.
The whole team worked together to try and get the outcome we have today, and I think we were fortunate to have the right client, which was Landcom, who understood that they had a responsibility to look after the site and to bring its values through into the next stage. Coming back here today, it's great to see it's now established. You've still got the historic buildings, you've still got those connections with the water, you still have the open settings, which is what we were trying to achieve, but there are new buildings here and there's new life. We should all be proud of what we were able to achieve here and give it opportunities for the future.